Hello guys and girls, Blaze here, and welcome to my November 2013 anime pickups video. I got quite a few things here, far more than I thought I had, but a lot of it wasn't that expensive, and one part was very expensive, but whatever. This is Dragon Ball Z Season 5. I watched the first 4 seasons back, I think it was back in 2011. It might have even been 2010. It's been a long time since I put Dragon Ball Z on the back burner, and I'm kind of disappointed I've taken this long to get at least the next season. I actually have Season 8 so already, and I've had that for a very long time as well, but so I needed 5, 6, 7 and 9, and I suddenly just decided to pick up 5. Like recently I've been having this urge to just get back into Dragon Ball Z. It was something that was just eating away at me, and so I bought Season 5, and I'm really enjoying it. I have no nostalgia for Dragon Ball Z, so any of the admittedly correct complaints that people should have about the orange bricks with like the 16:9, cutting of the picture and things like that, and the soundtrack not being the correct one on the stereo track on the audio and stuff like that. But the main complaint is the 4x3, but none of that really bothers me that much. Ideally I would prefer to own the set in 4x3 because that is how it was originally intended, but a part of me doesn't mind. I don't know what the difference is, obviously, because I haven't seen it in 4x3. I've seen screenshots and clips, but for the most part, the version I know is in 16:9, so yeah, it's not a big deal to me, honestly. But so I'm quite happy to buy these orange bricks. I don't know if I'll buy the Blu-rays though, because the DNR stuff they're doing on the new Blu-rays, they're doing the cheaper ones, which are just the 1080p HD remastering that they did on these, but with even more DNR done to them. They look terrible. Just like there's zero detail, it's just all been rubbed out and looks god awful. Looks like a Flash cartoon, really bad. So I won't be buying those. But going back to what I was saying, I actually am glad I bought this again. I'm really enjoying it. I don't have, like I said, I don't have the nostalgia, but so I don't rate it very highly as a show. But I enjoy its dumb story. There's like the characters are great. It's a good show to watch while I'm just browsing the internet. I don't need to give it my full attention 100% of the time. Like, the story progresses at such a quite methodical pace where a fight can literally last an entire how long an entire series isn't for most shows. So I'm kind of okay with that, and most fights just tend to be the talking rather than the actual fighting. The fight itself tends to only last an episode at best. But yeah, I'm enjoying it. I think the Cell Saga, which I'm currently in right now, is good. I haven't finished this set yet. I'm about halfway through. But I will probably buy Season 6 next month, I hope, and then Season 7 the following month after. Maybe watch one of these once a month for a while, and then, that'll be... I'll finally have Dragon Ball Z done and I can go to Dragon Ball. That'd be cool. And I've been talking about this for way too long, so let's move along. Anyway, let's get into something a bit obscure. I got an OVA series called Eyes, and it's just called Eyes, I think. But this has got Eyes and Eyes Pure. It's two like romance, teen drama OVAs that Viz for some reason decided to put out quite recently, like back in 2010 or something. Like, I don't know, it just seemed like a rather obscure thing to pick up, but it seemed okay from the trailers. I recently watched Kimi ni Todoke, and this year has been the year of romance. Not in my personal life, unfortunately, but in DVDs and stuff. It's like, yeah, I watched like Honey and Clover, I've watched Kimi ni Todoke, I've just watched these shows where, yeah, I really enjoyed them, so I decided to randomly pick this up. It's not very easy to get hold of, so I saw it for a reasonably good price. I mean, it's not expensive to get hold of, but it's obscure and doesn't come up very often, so when I saw it, I decided to get it. Okay, last year I picked up Collection 3 of Armored Fleet Dairuga 15. There you go, David. Bunch of numbers. I remembered the 15. Anyway, yeah, I watched Army Fleet Dairuga 15, and I didn't watch it. I bought Collection 3, which has actually turned out to be really, really rare. I mean, it was rare when I initially picked it up, so when I saw it going for only $25, I was like, I should probably buy that if I'm ever going to buy the show, and if I ever want to watch it. But this is essentially Voltron Vehicle Force. This is the original Japanese version from which Vehicle Force was created. Anyway, so I picked up Collection 3 last year, and I put off for a very long time the other two parts, but that's no longer the case. I have Collections 1 and Collection 2. I love the cover on Collection 2. I just love the fact that it's like, yeah, we know that Voltron is a kiddie show, but this we're going to make sure that you guys know that this is the uncut Japanese version. The blood and everything. So yeah, like many original Japanese shows that were adapted into America, like this one, the show that ended up being the adaptation didn't have deaths in it, didn't have blood, didn't have extreme violence. And that's not to say that Dairuga necessarily has extreme violence, but it will have deaths, it will have things like that, you know, like I can just assume anyway from the covers. But yeah, I picked up those. Let's keep this ball rolling. Okay, couple of years ago, or I think it was only last year actually, I watched, last year on Netflix, summer of 2012, I watched Initial D, and I really, really enjoyed it. So I've made it a mission of mine just recently to pick it up. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier, and I'm annoyed I didn't do it earlier, because that's the first season in parts. I wanted it in parts because the spines have all the cars on them, so even though you can buy the save editions, which I really wouldn't want anyway, but you can buy the save editions and it's just free sets, but I wanted these ones because they had the cars on the spine. But unfortunately, for some reason, all the rest of them, apart from the second stage, are easy to get hold of from Right Stuff and pretty much anywhere for cheap prices. But for some reason, this one, just the second season with the OVA of the extra stages, which I've never seen actually, which is cool. I'll have to watch those. Is nigh on impossible to get. So, I mean, not for a good price. Like the cheapest it was on Amazon for a long time was like $70. There's one on there for $30 right now, but it's not actually this version. It's like some bootleg, I think, that someone's selling or something to that effect. But unfortunately, I bought it. One did come up on Amazon for only $30, and it was more than I really wanted to pay, considering the others were only like $6 or $7 each. But I picked it up, and unfortunately, it's in really bad condition. Well, not really bad, but pretty damn bad condition. But I don't know, when it's lined up, it's not too bad. It's really annoying as well because it's it's the one with the car that the show is based around, essentially. Which I'm annoying that I can't remember right this second, as always. But it's the one that has the best car on it, so it's kind of annoying. But anyway, there's the third stage film, and then the fourth stage. There is a fifth stage which I watched fan subbed. I wonder if I would really like Funimation to pick that up at some point. I don't know if they will. It'd be kind of cool if they did, if they picked it up and dubbed it. I mean, literally, there's only going to be the fifth stage, and then there's something called the final stage, which is going to be a movie or a set of movies. And then that'll be it. All of Initial D will be done. So it'd be really cool if Funimation just decided, you know what, we're just going to pick that out. Because why not? You know, we've got the rest of the series. There's only going to be another 14 episodes and a movie, or a couple of movies. Like, come on. So I really hope they do pick it up and dub it, and then all of Initial D is out there, which would be nice. So yeah, it looks really cool. That's basically why I wanted it, for that. And the second one, it looks dog-eared, but I would really like that to stay down, and it wouldn't look so bad. But yeah, I decided to get it that way. Okay, next I picked up, over the last few months, as I'm sure you guys remember, I picked up Sword Art Online. The first half, the Ironclad arc, and I really, really enjoyed it. I knew nothing of Sword Art Online other than it was insanely popular, and it was based in MMO world, or that culture at least. So I picked those up. I really, really enjoyed them, and I watched them as and when I got them. After I got the first two, I watched both of those, and then the next two which are based off the fairy dance arc, or what was the name of the world again? I can't quite remember. That's annoying. Oh well, whatever. I don't know. Was this one Ironcrad? I can't remember. I think Ironcrad was definitely the first Sword Art Online world. But anyway, yeah, this is the fairy dance Volume 3 and Volume 4 of Sword Art Online. And I've now finished the show. Like many people, I like the first part more, the first half. I think the second half was still really good, but it concentrated on the thing I didn't want. I just wasn't interested. Like, I didn't mind that it concentrated on this certain thing, because I don't want to go into spoil this for anyone, but it deviated too much when the other thing I cared about from the first season comes back into play. Like, it felt like it was being the main thing that the show was originally based on kind of had to play second fiddle to this other thing, and it bothered me. Like, even in the last moments of the series, it seemed to concentrate more on the thing. This sounds so crazy, but the thing, but it had to concentrate more on the thing that started in Fairy Dance, the second half of the show. In the final moments, it concentrated more on that than the thing from the first half of the show, which was the most important part of the show for me and anyone who got into it. And I think, just overall, like, that was definitely the most important thing, the part of the show. So when it started concentrating on the other stuff, and it went right down to the last few seconds of the show, it was the second thing that it was concentrating on. I was like, that just kind of anticlimactic. It wasn't like, the second half is just anticlimactic. I think it was really good, and it had some really good moments, and I think overall the series is one of the best I've seen. I don't rate it perfect or anything, but whenever I get around to doing a top 20, 30, probably, if I was good, I think it will be in my top 30. I don't, it won't be in my top 20, but it probably would make my top 30, maybe top 40 at the very least. But yeah. Yeah, Sword Art Online is a very good series, and I really like these box sets that Aniplex did. They're really fancy, and yeah, they were well expensive, but I don't mind. Like, this show I really enjoyed, and I like these sets a lot that Aniplex put out. So if I think the show is worth getting in this format, then I will, especially if it's got a dub. If it's got a dub, I feel like it has that little extra, like, one of the reasons I don't own Bakemonogatari and Nisa Monogatari is just because I want to own them, and I would prefer to have the Aniplex versions than the current UK Blu-rays, which are far cheaper. But without the dub, it's kind of hard to pay that much money. Like, I'm not a dub fanatic. I watch plenty of stuff subbed. I have no real preference, but I feel like if I'm spending that much money, I would like to have a dub. But anyway, whatever. So that's Sword Art Online. And the final few things I picked up are all replacements for stuff. I've only replaced one of these things so far, but I mean sold off the original version. So I sold off the 3 volumes of Nanaka 6/17 for the complete collection. So that saves me 2 DVD spaces on the shelf. It's practically the same thing. They got that cover, and then the 3 discs are exactly the same as they were, pretty much. For the volumes, so I picked that up. It's got a nice spine as well. It's not purple anymore, but it's got a nice little design on it, so that's cool. It's actually put out by ADV back in 2009. Then we got Sunday Dreamers. I picked this one up. I have it in the art box right now, but I will sell that. I decided to do that because even though I really like the art box and stuff, the second season was also put out by Sentai Filmworks, and I kind of would want them to match, so they relicensed the first season, and then also with the dub. They didn't dub the second season though, but that's okay. So yeah, you got Sunday Dreamers. Can't believe how long this video is, holy crap. And I got Full Metal Panic, the second raid on Blu-ray. I'm going to replace Full Metal Panic on Blu-ray. I've got the first 2 seasons pretty much lined up, ready to be bought at any moment once I have the money, so I'll be doing that pretty soon. But yeah, this is the second season. This well, not, it's not the, well, it is the second season. I mean, it's not, but it is. It's the second raid, but because the actual second season is Famufu, of course, but that's a spin-off. As far as the actual story is concerned, this is the second season. On Blu-ray, I heard, while the first 2 seasons are upscales, I heard that this is actually proper native HD presentation, so that's cool. So yeah, that's Fullmetal Panic second raid. And the final thing, and what a downer, what a bummer of a show to leave on the final thing. I'm currently watching my 6 volumes of S Otherwise. Previously, I thought it was called E's Otherwise for obvious reasons, but apparently it's S, whatever. So yeah, S Otherwise. It's about psychics in a sort of quasi like post-apocalyptic thing. It's really weird. I cannot get into this show. It doesn't seem to want to take itself seriously. There's like it has like these serious elements, and it'll just be really stupid for like a couple of episodes, and it'll try to go back to being serious, and it's not very well voice acted and dubbed. But the story's so terrible, I can't even bother to watch it subbed, honestly, because I think it'll still be boring. But so yeah, why have I replaced it? Well, I replaced it because this only cost me £2 for the complete collection in the Finpack set. I would have preferred the slightly smaller version, which is just a keep case, like a double keep case I think it is, but this was only £2, the other one was like 10, 12, 15 or something, so I figured for only £2 this is probably the one to go for a show that I really don't like very much. But I like to own pretty much anything I've seen. For most reasons, like if it's available, I would like to own it, like if I've seen it and if I want to see it, because how bad it is. So I will eventually finish S Otherwise, so I got it for the collection. And that's everything. This is a rather long one again, apologise. That's everything. December, I will show you what I got for Christmas for my birthday, because as far as picking anything up for December anime wise, I really don't think I will be. I got presents to buy and stuff. I was meant to do that this month, but I ended up doing the Sword Art Online thing. It kind of took over any extra finance I had, as well as the other little things. So yeah, I'll see you guys soon.